You just need to find your way in, man. And it'll take a while. Like, I think there's a lot of suffering to be had, a lot of selfishness, karma to burn through, bullshit to deal with, ego to experience and just to have in the way. And then, yeah, when you do find your way in, which is where I seem to be taking this thread, you can be with a capital being. Sorry, you can be your being with a capital B.
Yeah.
And then you can come from the right place.
Now, how would you say, if we could generalize it, people find their way in? Is this something that alludes to a like a cookie cutter framework, or is it different for everybody?
Really good question, man. I'll share one perspective, which is, kind of how I got into it myself. So interestingly, on the one hand, you can find your way in through things like mindfulness or things like basic spirituality. Interestingly, man, like one way I got in was actually through sort of self-development. So I do a lot of that kind of work as well. And I think at the higher levels, you start, asking yourself deeper questions. Like, for example, if you're really into, I don't know, sleeping with people you want to be sleeping with, you do kind of ask yourself, well, actually, man, I've got to this level. I've got to this sort of, good level in this area. But then, you kind of ask yourself, like, well, what's really behind this? What's this really about? It's like the dream character within the dream. Be like, man, there's got to be more than this just dream activities, man. There's got to be something. What's the substance of this dream, dude? That's what I would be asking. And so, that was a weird way of saying you can start with personal development. You can start with being this, I would say I was more of like a dude who wanted to, be kind of ripped and what else, man? Like, yeah, like almost be a bit of a player and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I was a number of years ago. Not anymore though, man. And you might find yourself just being dissatisfied with that. So dissatisfaction as a way of coming into the path.
Yeah.
Suffering as a way onto the path.
Yeah.
As I said, mindfulness as a way into the path. Psychedelics on the way to the path. Is there any others that come to you, brother?
No, I think you actually described it very well. And I think it all has to do with suffering, or maybe it's like reaching certain points in your self-development and realizing, it's still like that pit. I'm still like yearning for something, I'm still trying to fill the void per se. Yeah. So it's like, it comes from dissatisfaction ultimately, which one could say is suffering, but it's like the feeling of, oh, this ain't it. I got ripped. I got the girl. I got the car. I got the house. This ain't it. What am I still searching for? So ultimately, I think it's, dissatisfaction that leads us down the path to find out what is it. We have to know what isn't it to know what is it, I believe.